Hi, I'm Peter and I'm an alcoholic. Yes, correct. And also today I'm very happy and very proud because today I'm actually celebrating 5 months where I have been sober. And in this video I'm going to be telling you about my journey, so I hope you stay to the end of the video and give it a like or something like that. That would really mean a great deal to me and a good deal of support, obviously. Yeah, so I realized last year in September when I was looking like this, not so good looking I would say, but I realized I had a bit of a drinking problem. I thought it was just due to the breakup I had in early on in the year. I started drinking a lot to forget my sorrows, forget everything around me, and I would be drinking till I blacked out basically. It just went downhill, I would say around August. It just went down. I was drinking more and more, skipped days from work, so sorry boss, because I would start drinking in the morning, not only in the evenings, and I would find any excuse to have a drink. It would be, oh, it was a good day at work, let's have a drink. Oh, it was a bad day at work, let's have a drink. Oh, it was a medium day at work, oh, so let's have a drink. And it just get on and on and on. And I remember one time I went to the supermarket and the lady in the supermarket said, oh, are you having a party this weekend? Because I was buying my stock Friday night for the weekend, and there was usually around 10 to 12 bottles of wine, and I bought a vodka just to get me through the weekend, and then I would get 2 cheeseburgers from McDonald's and that would be all the food I've been eating. And then I would just be sitting here with my cat and just getting absolutely hammered. So my friends wouldn't know it. Many of my friends didn't know I had an alcohol problem, but I knew it because my body was starting to weaken quite a bit. My urine was yellow or sometimes even brown, and I couldn't stand up. I was so weak, so I couldn't stand up because I was so drunk. So I was sitting down peeing and looking down the toilet bowl, and I was like, oh, it's brown. Did I poo or did I pee? It was actually pee, because I didn't have food in my system, so there was no poo to come out. It was not a pretty sight, and I knew we was going downhill, and if I hadn't had any help or support from my good friends, I would not be here today in 5 years time from now, because I could see it was drastically going down, drinking more and more, and drinking before work. I would never drink at work, but I would do before or after. So that was not a good sign. I then had a friend down here to visit me, a very good friend of mine I known for many years, and I had yet another blackout where I fell straight on my forehead, as you can see in this photo. And I remember I was just standing in my living room, no rocks, no carpets, nothing, and I straight down, and I was sitting on the sofa, and I was like, oh my god, it's so hot, because I'm like super hot, I'm sweating. And then I realized, looking down at my hands, I'm like, I was covered in blood. There was blood everywhere. And I'm like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it, Can hardly remember, could hardly sit on the sofa. The next day she pulled me aside and said, we need to talk. And you always know when people say that, you're in trouble. Excuse me. And she sat me down, we had a talk, made an appointment with my doctor. You might want to take notes for all of this if you have a drinking problem. Yeah, so we made an appointment with the doctor. I got some medicine called antibus that would make you very sick if you start drinking. And the doctor was like, you do know this is the good hard shit, so to speak. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, no, even your mouthwash, if that contains alcohol, or if you go to a restaurant and you get like a red wine sauce, if you go to one of those fancy places, you will get sick and you have to go to the emergency room straight away. So I was like, okay, bear that in mind. After that, he also recommended me to go to the AA group, and I was like, I don't belong in AA. AA is just for drunks sitting down on the street. And I remember I was so nervous going in there. We have a AA group here in Torremolinos, which is I believe one of the only gay LGBTQ AA groups in Spain. very close to my house, so very convenient, in the church. And I was just thinking, oh my God, I so don't belong here. And I was so nervous, more nervous than the first day at a new job. And the first thing that pops into my mind was like, God this, God that, almighty this and that. And I was like, yeah, I don't believe in all of that. I believe in the universe, good karma, and my guardian angels. So I kind of freaked out, but I forced myself to go there. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go once or twice and that's it. And then it actually turns out that we have this fellowship, as you probably have heard of. And I actually go as often as I can, I mean once a week. I actually said to my friends, no, I cannot meet you tonight, I'm going to AA meetings. And we have a great support system, we do. The only thing I would say, I don't want to get into trouble, AA is great. I just feel it's missing something a little extra for us that's not so religious with God and all of that. And that's why I have created a support therapy group online for people who could be interested in that. So we're just modifying it a little bit, making it a bit more modern, so to speak. But yeah, going to those AA meetings is just like in the movies. Hi, I'm Peter, I'm an alcoholic. Hi, I'm James, an alcoholic, and so on, sitting around in a circle. However, we don't have any cold coffee or dry pastry in my group, so that's the only thing that's missing. Otherwise, it is just like the movies. They are not scary. You hear a lot of stories, and you hear a lot of stories that you can relate to when it comes to alcohol or alcohol abuse. We also have some people that has been addicted to drugs, different kind of drugs. Obviously, it is called AA, Anonymous, can you say the word? Anonymous Alcoholics. And what's been said in the room stays in the room. And we take that very, very near and dear, and it is an open, safe space to talk about what's going on. And I would say almost everything we know, I'm like, yeah, relate to that, yeah, relate to that. So I would say, if you think you have a problem with alcohol, you know, do something about it, because I feel so much better. 5 months going on, still going strong, and I want to continue staying sober. And I'm still going out with my friends, not late nights. I've never been a late night boy in the last couple of years. I just have my sparkling water or Coca-Cola, and I just have just as much fun. And when I start to feel like, ooh, it's getting a little bit too much, they're getting too drunk or too many people around, then I'm like, I'm going home now. I need to rest or make up some sort of excuse. And my friends, they're really being very supportive for me. Many of them was actually surprised that I had a drinking problem, because I was one of those function alcoholics, so to speak. I had a job, go to work, had a few days sick, maybe I was looking a little bit rough at times. But yeah, I was lucky to have all those friends, and I'm being more and more open about it. And the support I'm getting, even from my mom, my sister, my friends, is absolutely incredible. And I do know it's scary in the beginning to come out and say that, but the support many people have out there, and I hear it also from the guys in the group, they're getting incredible support from their friends and family and even colleagues. And many of them, yeah, I did think about you had an alcohol problem. So yeah, but if you need to talk to anyone about it and you're a little bit scared or nervous, get in contact with me. You know, I'm actually specializing in alcoholism and addictions at the moment as a therapist. And we all know there's no cure for it. It's a disease, there's no cure. I wish I could find the cure, but I know from myself, my point of view, not only did AA help, but also hypnotherapy, because we actually went in and found the root cause of the issue, why I was drinking. And it was heartbreaks, basically, from the previous one I had like 4 years ago, and I just continued to drink. And then it just became a habit of thought to continue drinking. And then when I had another heartbreak a few years later, I was just drinking even more just to top it off, to get the buzz. The only thing, when you stop drinking, if you've been drinking quite heavily like I have, I was drinking 2 to 3 bottles of wine a day in the end for the last month and a half before I, admitted to myself, my friends, that I had a problem. I had to slowly go down in wine. You cannot just stop my poison was obviously white wine and vodka, mostly just wine because it's very innocent to drink, so to speak, but that caused me a lot of damage. So yeah, I had to slowly cut down, going down to like 2 glasses of wine, which is probably like a half a bottle, and I did that for a couple of days, and my body was shaking if I was not getting alcohol. I would be like, I thought it was only like heroin addicts that was like this, but no, I was one of those, and my body, I would say it took about 4 to 6 weeks before it was back to normal. They're like, what is all those vegetables and fruit juices and this and that you're giving me? I want my alcohol, I want my fix. So also bear in mind, there's going to be withdrawal period because your body is not used to all of this healthy stuff and food and no alcohol. So yeah, I hope that this video has gives you some sort of information about what's going on with people who drinks. It's a very serious disease and people don't realize it. I realize it more and more myself, and I'm happy I got the help that I got at the right time and the right moment. But it's never too early or too late to get help. So please, let's stay in contact and have a great day, and let's celebrate me 5 months sober today. I'm not this ugly guy anymore. Yay! So have a great day. Alright guys, speak to you soon. Ciao.